from PC Gamer here with Cliff Bleszinski. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, man. My voice is almost gone, though, from the PAXification of my voice.
It's only day 2. You got
I
a whole
know,
other
dude.
day.
I love interacting with the gamers at PAX. I've been doing the fist bump this time because I don't want to get the PAX box this time. It's like, who invented the handshake? That stuff is stupid. And it's one of those things where, I also have, friends I only see 2 to 3 times a year that I get to, hang out with them. I'm meeting new friends, just networking, and just meeting cool people, man. I'm having a blast.
Good, good. So it's been a while since Lawbreakers was officially announced and revealed. So what's been going on with the game since then?
The team's been working their butts off, man. We're a small team. We're only about 50 people in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they're basically just figuring out, this is a team that's never worked together. So they learn, the art department, for instance, was, really kind of grinding their gears to kind of figure out how to make the first level look good. And we showed at the PAX Prime, was kind of our coming out party, so to speak, where about 500 gamers were able to actually get hands-on with the game, and they seem to have a blast with it. And we kind of tweeted it little animated videos of their best kills and things like that. And it's funny, since then, we have this very good problem that our latest maps that we're getting prepared to show soon are looking so much better than the first one we showed, because our staff has gotten so much better at using Unreal Engine 4 lighting and meshing the level, and the characters are going to just pop so much more in the environment, as well as basically doubling down on us being the M-rated character-based shooter.
Yeah, and did you guys learn anything from the feedback or the criticism that you heard at that event?
There's a lot of little things about hardcore shooter players and feedback rates and input lag and things like that, as well as the way players move throughout the levels, as well as balance and things like that. The tricky thing was these gamers we're only got a handful of time with the game, so in order to see balance, it couldn't really be balanced. So you announce the game. Our publisher Nexon's really figuring out how to do the proper marketing campaign for it, and hopefully, as the weather gets warm, we'll just start hitting 1-2 punch of just, press beat, let gamers play it, let's do some unique things and really continue to get the word out there and, refine the look of the game as well, so we can kind of own our own space, which has become very, very crowded lately.
And I was going to actually ask about that because, the last few years it was seemed like everybody was making a MOBA, and now going into this year it seems like there's a lot of competitive shooters.
Yeah,
that's kind of the flavor
turns out
of the month.
I'm not the only asshole who had the idea a few years ago to be I bet I could put together a team of 50-ish, 60, 70 tops people and make a cool 5v5 multiplayer only game. And now you have, all these games Overwatch and Battleborn and whatnot. And when I look at these games, and I said this in my keynote, man, it's Randy's a good friend of mine. I have friends at Blizzard that worked on Overwatch. I'm going to play the crap out of both of those games. The art style is just not for me. A lot of the characters, it's there's this wacky, let's make a catfish with a top hat type character design that's popped up lately. And it's I want to be Oren Ishii from Kill Bill. I want to be an ex-DEA or DEA agent. I want to be an ex-con. I want to be these kind of archetypes that I personally find interesting from film and entertainment and graphic novels that I've enjoyed.
And do you see that as kind of the main way that Lawbreakers differentiates itself? Obviously, they play very differently as well.
Yeah, the verbs of the game that you get to do, the gravity manipulation, all of that stuff, the jetpacks, the grappling hooks, the double jumps, the crazy movement. That's one of the things. We have all that crazy movement without it being cheesy parkour. The other thing is, again, our art style and our universe. Our universe, I'm hoping, you get a young kid, he's 11 and he loves playing Overwatch, and that's cool. And then you get the older brother who's 14, he's you should see this one. They're there's blood in it, and people explode and they curse. I want to be the rated R version for all these kind of PG kind of rated shooters.
So we mentioned this earlier that Lawbreakers is only going to be multiplayer, and a lot of other games are doing that, Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege and games like that. Why do you think the shooter industry is kind of trending towards that, and what do you think of it?
Because campaigns cost the most money, and it's usually 75% of the budget. And you burn through the campaign in a weekend, and then you guys go to multiplayer. A traditional, shooter campaign is the very linear, scripted sequence. The helicopter crashed. I got knocked out. Blurry, wake up, and the new scenario with tinnitus in my ears. Look, everyone gets it. You're either doing that 2-day campaign, or you're doing, Assassin's Creed or Skyrim or Fallout, where it's this ridiculously large world that's open-ended that takes forever to make and costs a ton of money. So, and this is in order for your average console gamer, at least, to avoid the trade-in mentality of the $60 disc-based game.
So do you think anything's being lost with that now that the campaigns are sort of being phased out because of that? I think back to Gears of War's campaign, and I remember that fondly as part of Gears of War.
What I would like to see, every game is unique and different for whatever platform what you're developing for. However, what I love is these traditional campaigns that have at least two-player co-op. Like, you know, I have a joke and a saying: the couple that plays together stays together. You know, my wife and I really don't play a lot of versus games against each other because it would completely dumpster and wreck our marriage. The games we like to play together are like, you know, Halo 5. You know, we have a whole setup with, you know, for that at home with our consoles. On our PCs, you know, we'll fire up games together that we can just co-op together. Anything that we can actually play together. You know, Counter-Strike on the same team. You know, not on opposing teams, no.
So you used the dreaded soon earlier, but when can we get to start seeing more Lawbreakers?
When the weather's warm, we are planning to be in pre-alpha access, and the plan currently is to kind of open with kind of a friends and family of just a few hundred, then build up to like a few thousand, then get up to like, you know, 30, 40,000, and just ramp the numbers slowly so that we don't do the traditional video game launch of day one launch. Oh no, the servers crashed and gamers are mad at us, and you know, we're like kind of walking before we run. We're building up to this.
I think when the weather's warm is maybe my favorite release window I've heard in a while.
Well, I mean, you know, we've hit every milestone on this project, much to the surprise of our beloved publisher, and because you know, they should learn that when, you know, my COO Aryan, you know, says he's going to do something, or our guys or girls say they're going to do something, they pretty much friggin' do it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm glad that with this interview with PC Gamer, there was not a guy yelling in the background this time. So, and
rage! I forgot about that.
Yeah. Phil, thanks very much for talking with us.
Absolutely, man. Good seeing you.
Yeah,
Fist
you
bumps.
too.
No,
Fist bumps.
PAX Box. Don't want to get the PAX Box.
There we go. And stay tuned to PCgamer.com for more from PAX South.